Okay, lesson 8.3. And moving on to the math box. Okay, now for today's lesson, starts on page 358. Use the original fish artwork, and I have that below. I'll stretch it up here in a minute so you can see it better. And the table of ordered pairs on 359 to answer these questions. We're going to find the lengths for triangle WVX. WV is the height. So we're going to find the height and the length. So for their number models, what they want you to show and use is absolute values. And then the answer would be just the height. So here is the fish. So go ahead and pause the video and do that one. Okay, so if we use our absolute values, we're going to say -5.5 minus -2. And I'll show you that here. And then we're going to use, for number 2, they're saying points W and X are the same vertical distance from point V, and make sure that you see that that is the vertical distance. They're not the same distance, they're the same vertical distance from V. What is that vertical distance from point V? So the vertical distance is 3.5. This vertical distance is also, well, that's not very vertical, but the vertical distance is also 3.5 here. So the vertical distance is 3.5. Okay. So double this vertical distance so that W and X are twice as far below V. Keep their horizontal distance the same. So we're going to move that down twice as much. So if it's 3.5, if we're down here 3.5, we need to go down 3.5 more. So here's our half. 1, 2, 3, and here's our new point. And they want to know, where is this point? It's at -2, -9. So -2, -9 is our new point. Do the same for X. Pause the video. And if you look down below here, it is 1, -9. Okay, number 3. I'm just gonna use an example here to show you how to do this, and then I'm gonna have you try one on your own. So thinking back to the artwork from yesterday's lesson, we're gonna use the journal page 354. Describe the dimensions of the assigned artwork to the dimensions of O. So I just picked E. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to compare E to O, the height and the width. Okay, so this is the journal page they're talking about, 354. And so look at E, the height. It is 6 inches. So I'm looking at the 6 inches. I'm comparing that to O, 6 inches. So how does that compare? It's the same. So that one is 1 to 1. 1 for the artwork, 1 here. So using ratio notation like they want you to use, I don't think they really left you a spot to do that. Should have been 1 to 1. The width, if I look at the width, E is 27 and O is 9. So 27 to 9 is 3 to 1, 3 to 1. So you try a different letter, any of those other artworks. I'll put it back on that page and you can pause it then and try a different letter. So go ahead and pause. And there you have them. So if you picked F, for example, the height would be 1 to 1, and the width would be 2 to 1. If you picked A, that would be 2 to 1, and the width would be 1 to 1. Okay, so pause and go ahead and read those to correct the ones that you did. And we are just going to skip 359 because I just don't have all of those pages, and I think you probably understand already anyway. And we're on to the math box, page 357. There is the page, and here is the study link. Let me make this a little smaller so I can get it all on one page here for you. And that's it for lesson 8.3.